got the train.
We got a little bit of a train coming through. All right, it's passing. Now, here we have senior defensive end RJ Moss. RJ, why should fans come out to the homecoming game against Pascagoula tomorrow?
The fans should come out there so we can show them like what we've been doing all season, all week. Come out, bring the energy for the culture, and turn the city up.
And that kickoff is at 7 o'clock. Now we're sending it over to Sabria Reed in Moss Point for another homecoming parade.
Hey Grace, that's right. I'm here live in Moss Point. I have actually joined the parade. I'm in the back of a Jeep right now, passing out candy to the future, present, and past Moss Point Tigers. We are on our way, following the route, and people, as you can see, are lined up on the streets here, getting the free candy, free Moss Point bags, showing out that Tiger pride.
Staying in Harrison County, Hurricane Ida is making its presence felt still. News 25's Lorraine Weiskopf is live in Gulfport with a look at conditions. Lorraine, how are things where you are?
Grant, it's rainy, it's windy. Right now I am in past Christian. You're at the avenue. Take a look at that stop sign. That is shaking vigorously. It is so windy out here. Just honestly, look at every sign pretty much on the beach. It's shaking. The rain is kind of hitting my skin like needles, honestly.
Earl, can you hear me? Earl, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, Earl. So just to start out, how are things looking in Jackson County right now? I know you're more on some of the eastern sides of this storm, so how are things looking from your perspective?
Well, at this point in time, we've had a few streets that, due to the tidal surge, went underwater, those that were closest to the shoreline. Since then, we've had some showers on and off. We did have a tornado warning earlier this morning, but no damage was reported in the northeast part of the county. We are keeping a close eye on the storm, especially since it looks like maybe the track has shifted a little bit to the east, and the eye appears to be going more north than northwest like it was. We're worried about that track because that'll move the heavier winds toward us. There's an enormous amount of moisture still south of us that has to track up from the Mississippi coast. Our biggest concern at this point in time is going to be how much rain we're going to get, what kind of period of time it's going to fall in. Because if we get a lot of heavy rain with storm surge still pushing up and south wind, that rain won't be able to drain off. So we'll worry about flooding.
Joining us live on the phone with an update is Jackson County Sheriff Mike Ezel. Sheriff Ezel, can you hear me?
Hello?
Are you there, Sheriff Ezel?
Yes, I'm here. Go
Hey,
ahead.
Sheriff, it's Grant Chigazola. How are you tonight?
Hey, doing well, doing well.
Great to hear. How are things in your area right now, conditions-wise?
Well, I'll tell you, it's, the wind and rain has picked up over the last several hours. It's, nothing that we're not trained and ready for. We hadn't had any major incidents today or this evening, and we're very proud of that.
Memorial Hospital has announced a vaccine drive to be held in collaboration with multiple local agencies this weekend. Along with the Gulfport NAACP, Gulfport city officials, and the Lynx organization, a health fair will be held to administer Pfizer COVID vaccines, along with booster shots and health screenings for the public. The fair will be held on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Good Deeds Community Center. All members of the community are invited to attend, and shots will be available for people ages 12 years and older.
To introduce Mississippi Mobile ID to residents. Mississippi Mobile ID is a digital version of a physical driver's license that will allow residents to control their identity from a free app on their smartphone. It will be a voluntary service, and residents can still choose to rely on their physical ID. The mobile ID will give residents instant access to their license or ID.
The Picayune Maroon Tide tops our sports stories for 2021. Who can forget the high school football team of destiny from 2021, the Picayune Maroon Tide? On the first Saturday in December, the Tide rolled to its first 5A state crown, since 2013 by way of a 40-21 revenge win over the same team that beat them in the 2020 title game, the West Point Green Wave. Second-year coach Cody Stogner got the Gatorade bath, then hoisted the program's third gold ball in the last 11 years with former coach the legendary Dodd Lee by his side. Junior running back Dante Dowdell was the MVP. We head to Long Beach High School for the honorable mention sports story of 2021, and that's where we find kicking queen Ashton Rupert, a four-sport athlete who's heading to East Central Community College to continue her soccer career. Rupert made her name as the Bearcats' starting kicker. In October, the senior kicked a successful extra point on the same night she won Homecoming Queen. She's now the second female kicker to be coached by Ryan Ross to score a point and win Homecoming Queen on the same night, following Ocean Springs' Kaylee Foster in 2018.
And let's go ahead and give a shout out to Mississippi State's baseball team and Ole Miss's women's golf team, both for winning NCAA championships.